This is a given. They're great craftsmen and people that are reliable and work on these homes and know what they're dealing with. But like anything, with the good comes the maybe not so good. Hey guys, this is Erin, and if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, hit that like button, click subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Hey there, I'm Erin Melton and welcome to living in Richmond, Virginia. I am so excited to talk to you about the top 5 walkable neighborhoods in RVA. Let's start off with the Fan District. This is truly the walker's paradise. Expect your median sales price is going to be right around the $1 million price point. People are always drawn to the Fan District because of its historic architecture, its urban layout. You have a ton of restaurants, cafes, all within walking or biking distance. It is a truly walkable area. No one can debate that. No one can say, the mass transit in the Richmond area is lacking. It's so not this, it's so not that. Yeah, we're not Northern Virginia. No one is claiming that one way or other. But the great thing is you can live in the Fan and nobody can debate this. You've got this amazing culture, this great strong urban lifestyle, super historic charm and character. You're not going to get away from that. Now with the good always comes the bad, obviously. An urban city is going to mean you have smaller yards, right? Compared to if you're being out in the burbs, but you're not looking for that. Of course, your parking is going to be tighter. Your maintenance costs are going to be higher because these are older homes. The wonderful thing about the Richmond area is older homes and certain areas, particularly the Fan, this is a given. They're great craftsmen and people that are reliable and work on these homes and know what they're dealing with. But like anything, with the good comes the maybe not so good. I'm going to give you an idea of what to expect here in the Fan. 1821 West Gray Street. I want you to imagine if you could pick yourself up and instead of living in a house in Old Town Alexandria, you could get that house, the exact same house, in an amazingly historic and cool walkable area in the Richmond, Virginia area and get so much more bang for your buck and a great culture. You can do it right here. This house is where you could host the entire family and no one would be in each other's way. This home sold for $1.27 million, all right? Remember, I just compared what you're getting to what you could get in Old Town Alexandria. I'll be happy to connect you with a great agent up there and they will tell you 100% certainty, $1.2 million is not gonna get you that there. This home is beautifully charming inside and out. It was built in 1910. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, over 4,300 square feet. You have 11-foot ceilings. The covered front porch has the cobblestone streets right there, an amazing entrance, beautiful staircase. Again, compare apples to apples and really start getting excited about what the Richmond area has to offer to you. Another amazingly walkable area that we have here is Carytown. It's listed actually as one of our most walkable neighborhoods. Most people are very familiar with Carytown. And the cute shops and all the restaurants that are down there. We actually have even gotten our very own banner, almost like when you go to small towns or when you see a Hallmark movie and you see like the banner across the little downtown. We finally have gotten that for Carytown. We've arrived. And they actually have brought some new shopping centers in. I love it that they're bringing new parking opportunities out here. A median price here in the Carytown area is about $740,000. Lots of boutique shops, amazing restaurants, both chain and definitely the very unique to Richmond areas. All now down, it is downtown, but it's near the proper downtown. Super walkable, bikeable, all the different things. Of course, you can walk everywhere. That's a great thing is Could you live in Carytown and not have a car? Absolutely. Most of these areas that we're talking about, you could live in and not have a car. You'd be perfectly fine, okay? You have amenities everywhere. In fact, you even have a grocery store downtown too, so you don't have to get like, oh, hey, I could go to something small here, but I want to go to an actual grocery store. You've got it all right there, all right? Of course, with the good comes the bad. There is high demand for this, all right? The prices are higher. You've got smaller lot sizes. Of course, they're going to be more on top of each other because you've got all the fun things all over the place and there's always things going on, definitely on the weekends or on a Friday night. It's going to be a little noisier. You also are right up against the interstate, so you're going to get that noise as well. But of course, you're living downtown, so you have to, this is a given. It's not going to be quiet. If you want quiet, let's get you in a less walkable place and get you out in the country. Here's a great example of what to expect here in the Carytown area. 114 South Colonial Avenue, and this was a 1.2 million, all right? The outside is this beautiful classic look. Inside, it is completely different. Anything but classic. So if you are a lover, there's actually another video that I've done before where I said, you know, are you more of the a classic RVA neighborhood person, or do you like the new? This gives you that flavor for both. You can get that historic classic on the outside, but inside it's so modern. If you want modern, this is the house. And I'm so excited about this video not focusing on me. Nobody wants to look at me. You can listen to my voice as I'm walking you through these houses. I hope there's tons and tons and tons of pictures of this house because it is a big surprise. It is modern, ultra sleek kitchen, things that you don't normally see in the Richmond area. If you're coming from more metropolitan areas, you might be like, well, big deal, Erin, I see this all the time. This isn't normal for the Richmond area. So definitely look at these pictures, enjoy this. This is a unique thing. And again, only 1.2 million. I bet your bottom dollar if you're coming from Denver or some of these other large cities, you're like, 1.2, are you kidding me? The windows are just absolutely beautiful. And again, you wouldn't know it from looking on the outside. It's so historically, beautifully classic and super modern inside. The windows, the bathrooms, the third floor is like a New York loft apartment that you're going to see in any cool movie. It even has its own kitchen out there, but truly, the spot that really is the showstopper is that backyard. It reminds me of an upscale rooftop bar that I'd see in Miami. It has a mural, it has the lighting, it has the glass, the metal, the stone, all the different features all together. It is just the coolest. I couldn't get enough of this house. And it's 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, almost 2,900 square feet, and it was built in 1923. So again, the architecture on the outside is phenomenal, but inside, nothing but modern. If I didn't talk about Churchill when it comes to walkable neighborhoods, I would be a nincompoop. And I am so excited that even people that have lived in other big walkable cities, either around Virginia or even other parts of the country, that this has been the spot where they have decided to settle out. Medium price for the downtown and very walkable and high demand areas is probably one of the more affordable. Medium prices is just shy of about $560,000. Again, medium price. It's very historic. It has elevated views of the city. It's near the proper downtown, and you can see the river from a lot of different spots. Very character-rich homes, great walkability to all the different amenities, lots of great coffee shops and cafes that are down there. Neat city view. You are going to have older homes, which is going to need updating. Very narrow streets, parking can absolutely be limited, right? You're not gonna have a large lawn. So if that's something that you're interested in, well, for most of these walkable things, I'm gonna need to move you out to the suburbs or even a little bit to the country. We have that too. Let me give you an idea of what to expect in Churchill. God, I love this house. Again, do not focus on my face, focus on my voice, listen to this. Look and drool over these pictures. 2610 East Broad Street, sold for $1.7 million. This house looks like it would be a bed and breakfast from one of your favorite Hallmark Christmas movies. I'm not being dramatic about this. It actually has a nickname by the locals, and it's called the Doghouse. once you look at the pictures of the outside, I think you're gonna figure out why. This house is absolutely stinking beautiful. It is my absolute favorite. The front wraparound porch is to die for. Inside, I love the modern kitchen. And they opened things up just enough, but they still preserve that beautiful old world charm, and the beautiful touches of the ceilings, of the arched doorways, of the trim work, everything about it. I am an absolute sucker for an old house. Or as my husband likes to say, you love old houses that have been completely redone. He probably isn't wrong, but I am so biased about if people go in and make it too modern and take the beauty out of it, the gorgeous touches of that particular era of home. Yuck. And don't you dare stick carpet on those beautiful floors. Don't you dare. It's a travesty. This one has an English basement. Ooh, I love that exposed brick, something you can find a lot in the Richmond area if you love that look. And again, finding it for slightly over $1 million, a deal. 5 bedrooms, 3 full through baths, and 2 half baths. Everything is renovated. And the cool thing about this particular house is it has an actual primary suite that they did a great addition to. It was built in 1860. That's why this house is so freaking gorgeous from the outside, okay? And it's almost 7,000 square feet. Can you imagine trying to get that in certain cities? And the most important thing is you're not moving to America, where there is, you know, it's cute in the Hallmark movie, but there's nothing else going on. We have a rich job market. We have great school systems in the area. We have wonderful shopping and recreation and medical facilities. Top notch, by the way. And we are super, super convenient to major cities, and we have the easiest airport to get in and out of it. And, you know, this is a great mid-time area, and you are getting so much bang for your buck, and the culture and the long-time history of these neighborhoods. You just can't stand it. Scott's Addition, all right? This is another, like, a little bit more affordable part of the area, and this is where it is like the micro brewery hotspot of the U.S. Median sales price is just over $500,000, and you are going to find lots of trendy urban neighborhoods, lofts, and modern things all throughout. Like I said, walkable to all the breweries, super desired for people that really want that urban experience. Of course, modern vibes, great for lifestyle, people looking for amenities. Of course, the price point is below $600,000. Most part, it's going to be mostly townhouse, loft, condo sort things. Not as many detached homes to choose from in the Scott's Addition area. But again, here's a great example. 1716 Summit Avenue, that one's listed right at about, I think, $500,000. This is a cool building. This building is completely restored. It was the hook and ladder lofts, is what they call it. It was it was built in 1900, and this used to serve as the manufacturing company that made fire engines, fire trucks, in the early 1900s. And apparently the original hook that they used, I guess, for lifting the different things and what have you, are still mounted in the building. So this is a full renovated loft. It's that high exposed wood ceilings. They've reglazed all the windows. I love that about these old buildings. They take over and they modernize them and make them into lofts or condos. I love a reglazed window. Now, they probably aren't the greatest for efficiency or for keeping you warm, but God, they're so cool. They're so freaking cool. So again, it was the Baker's equipment is what it is. And the coolest thing about, you know what the origins are, because on the outside of the building, they even have a mural of a fire engine right there on the outside of the building. So there's no question what it used to be. Bird Park, the Melbourne Gardens area, perfect, beautiful. My parents met at VCU. So I have long ties to Richmond and to the downtown area. And Bird Park is just a part of their life. My husband's parents are from the Richmond area. I mean, just so many memories that are centered around their growing up, and also stories that they tell us. Anyways, median sales price for this area, it's higher, like some of the other ones, you know, closer to $900,000. And this is area that is very near the amenities. It's mostly walkable to Bird Park. This is good for people that want to be that more premium buyer, that you're looking for more of a destination sort of thing. It's walkable, but it's more to the, you can walk across the bridge to the south side, connect and use some of the trails along the river. very close and connected to Maymont, what have you, which is really nice. But I would say that it's definitely, the home values are going to be much higher. The green space there at Bird Park is nearby. A very high-end area, but you're not going to be as walkable and connected to like the cafes, the restaurants, and what have you, the museums. This is more of you have the park settings around you. Like I said, not as many things to go towards getting right where you need to go. You're gonna probably need a car in order to get to the grocery store and what have you. Here's a great example of what to expect in the Bird Park, Melton Gardens area. 3909 West Franklin Street, sold for $825,000. This is a beautiful house through and through. Very Richmond, brick colonial on the outside. Isn't necessarily the most exciting architectural, but this floor plan, when renovated, offers so many opportunities. I've sold to many of my clients, including some of my friends that I've met off of YouTube, that from the outside, it may not look like anything special, but is that close, historic, classic, Federalist look to things, but it has a beautiful slate roof. So this is very, very quintessential Richmond area. But inside, they really opened things nicely up. Not too much though. They still preserved the beautiful architectural this time period of house, but they did open things up. Nice, modern, beautiful kitchen. 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths. All the bathrooms have been renovated really nicely. As you'll see through the pictures, make sure you're looking at the pictures and look at that. Don't focus on me. And it has this wonderful basement that's been finished off. Still preserves the normal things you're going to see in houses of this area. You're typically going to have your laundry down in the downstairs in kind of an unfinished room, but they do have a nice finish area there. I love a screen porch. You've got that beautiful fenced-in quintessential courtyard, backyard. And then, of course, you have alley access out the back because you're going to have all street parking. So it's going to be nice for you to have that back gate to get your things in and out. So you're not fighting for things out front. But again, this is a quieter area, so parking is going to be less of an issue as maybe some of these other more walkable areas. Was built in 1941. Again, not the early 1900s, not the late 1800s, but I love this time period of home as well. I think it's very pretty. And just shy of 2,000 square feet. That gives you a really good idea of what to expect in that area. So there you have it, the 5 most walkable areas in the Richmond, Virginia area. Hope you have enjoyed this. If I can give you any other examples of particular great areas to check out, please let me know. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, leave everything better. Once again, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember, leave everything better.